Hey, how y'all doing? This is MongoSlade, and today we're going to talk about Bryan Alvarez and his comments about leukemia. Okay, first, please hit the like button for me. Also, please hit subscribe. And I'm not going to do too many gimmicks. I'm just going to play the audio of what Bryan Alvarez actually said in his own words. And then um, we're going to analyze it just a little bit. Okay? So first, let's hear from Bryan Alvarez.
But hear me out. It reminds me of my buddy Wang. Because Wang had leukemia. And he did not have the Roman Reigns leukemia. It was bad. Bad, 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 bad. But he is now a leukemia survivor. And when you talk to Wang about being a leukemia survivor, and you're like, man, what a fighter, blah, blah, blah. He's like, dude, I didn't do anything. I laid in a bed, and they did all the
So Alvarez says that his buddy Wang had leukemia, but he didn't have the Roman Reigns leukemia. Uh, okay, that's okay. Here's the problem with Bryan Alvarez. I'm willing to accept that he misspoke. I'm willing to accept that he didn't mean it in a negative way. I'm willing to accept that. If the problem with me being able to accept that is that him and Meltzer have been lowballing the Roman Reigns sickness since it happened. Okay, since it happened, it's been more constant up and downs with these two guys about this Roman Reigns leukemia stuff. Or it couldn't have been too bad because he was able to go film movies. This was something Meltzer was saying. Oh, they won't give us any medical updates, which is, of course, HIPAA violations. All these sorts of things they've been going on and on trying to belittle Roman Reigns' leukemia. I don't understand what the problem is with them and this goddamn leukemia. Get the fuck over it. But here's the problem. I'm willing to accept that he didn't mean it the way that he said it. He could have said, and it probably would have been more appropriate to say, that Roman's leukemia got caught early. It wasn't as far, even though this is the second time Roman Reigns has gotten leukemia. But it's his leukemia got caught early, and his friends was at a higher stage, maybe stage 3, stage 4, or whatever, and he was able to beat back stage 4 cancer. You could have said that without saying, "Oh, it's not like the Roman Reigns leukemia, like it was a work or something." And that really was becoming an issue because I didn't have a channel back then, but there was a lot of talk on these internets, on Al Gore's internet, along with Jack Dorsey's Twitter, of all these people basically talking about Roman Reigns leukemia like it was a work. Like it's absolutely asinine. Like, sure, wrestling is carny as hell. We get that. But to try to say that, oh yeah, they're working cancer is that is an absurd level of, and that's really when, like, I didn't trust the wrestling journalists before that, but I didn't trust, especially those two afterwards. I really don't see how you could take them seriously after they belittled the cancer that way. And then Bryan Alvarez does it again, you know? But it's absolute insanity. Like, why would you even need to say that? I get that you're telling an anecdote about a friend who is a cancer survivor and his cancer was, worse than Roman's. And it's okay to say that there's no such thing as you got good cancer and bad cancer. It's just that somebody's cancer is worse, further along than yours, or something like that. And it's a fact that some people have worse cancer than other people, So I'm not going to dog him for that. But I'm looking at it not as he made one bad comment, let's all bury Bryan Alvarez. I'm looking at it as this is just one more comment in the totality of all of the other comments that him and Dave Meltzer have been making about Roman Reigns' cancer. That they have been doing this crap since at least, 2018 is when it took place, right? 2018, 2019, it wasn't 2019, that's when he came back. 2018, when he first announced that he had it. It's like they have been trying to sort of eschew it, like, man, it's not that bad. He didn't lose his hair, so it's not that bad. It's like, you can't say that. You can't do that. You never know when things are going to get Like, there have been people who are walking around right now with lupus. There are people who died from lupus. People can fight it back no matter what stage, no matter how, Roman was lucky to be a world-class athlete who, and he's always been one. He's been an athlete his, entire life. He's lucky because sometimes people are not athletes and they get, leukemia. He also has, great access to medical care and all that sort of thing. So he had some advantages over other people. But he still had leukemia. That still fucking sucks to have. Just accept that and move on. But we can't say that, okay, maybe stage 4 versus stage 1 or stage 2 or something like that. Leukemia not being caught early versus, leukemia that was caught early. I can give you that. So I don't want to bury Alvarez just because he made one stupid comment. I want to bury Alvarez because him and Meltzer have been doing this shit already for over a year. Fuck these two dickheads. Fuck them. They are supreme shitheads. Their shitheadedness, is an embarrassment. I mean, it's really embarrassing when you got me siding with Ryan Satin, who I fucking don't like. So Ryan Satin is the one who brought it to my attention that this clip existed. So Ryan Satin retweets what's the name of that account that listens to the Observer and uploads the comments. I forget what it's called. I'm sorry. He's been banned so many times. I wish I could remember. He's been banned and kicked off the line so many times. I can't remember. But he clips things, and people have said that he's clipping things out of context, which, of course, unless you're going to post the whole episode, it's always going to be out of context. But you can listen to the inflection in Bryan Alvarez's voice, and you can tell that he was eschewing, he was poo-pooing Roman Reigns' leukemia. Like, oh no, it wasn't that. It was something really, 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 really bad. It's like, well, I don't think his kids thought that he had the not bad cancer. I don't think his wife thought he had the not bad cancer. That's stupid. It's just stupid to say, and it's stupid shit. If this was the only thing, I would say, man, get off Alvarez's back. He misspoke. It was an accident. But it's not the first time. They've been doing this shit a lot. And Ryan Shatton is a shithead too. Not for belittling cancer, but he's just a genuine concerned troll in SJW. That's just kind of how he is. So I don't really like him either. But on this issue, Ryan Satin is not wrong. Bryan Alvarez is a fucking idiot. And the fact that people are sort of defending that, I'm just kind of like, okay. I'm not one for cancel culture. I don't want to get Bryan Alvarez canceled. I don't care to do that. I just think that it's weird that, like, how many times are we going to deal with this guy just saying wild stuff online and then I've seen people even saying like, oh, it's a gimmick. They've said that about the way Dave Meltzer talks to people online. Oh, Dave Meltzer is just doing an online gimmick. He does a Twitter gimmick. They do gimmicks on their show. I'm like, they're not. Well, I guess Alvarez is a wrestler, but why are you working the audience if you're a journalist? Like, is that what journalists do? Journalists work the audience? Says a lot about the journalism industry. But we know that they do. Journalism is just as carny as wrestling, if we're being honest. The journalism industry is carny as fuck. But this history of Bryan Alvarez talking shit and belittling Roman Reigns' cancer is an embarrassment, and he should be ashamed of himself. And I'm sure he's going to clear it up. Probably by the time this video is uploaded, he's probably going to be cleared it up and talked it out and backed off, made his apologies or whatever. And that's fine with me. I don't need to hear an apology because I don't care. But I just think that it sucks because, this stuff is said online. Roman's friends are going to hear this stuff because some of those people listen to the Observer. A lot of people who are going through leukemia and cancer and stuff like that, they're going to hear it. And they're going to hear that, Roman Reigns, cancer survivor. And this Wang gentleman is also a cancer survivor. Let's just leave it at that, okay? We don't need to dick measure who's got the worst cancer. That's stupid. That's for doctors to do. Let doctors figure that part out because then they are the ones who are trying to cure the shit. While people like me, who I'm thankful never to have had cancer and never have to go through it, and never even nobody who did, you know, I don't want to have to dick measure cancer. That's fucking stupid. Bryan Alvarez needs to headbutt a rusty nail. He's a fucking moron. Thank you guys for listening. I'll talk to you guys later.